Hello, everyone. My name is Katie, and welcome to the live tonight. So we're going to have a little bit of fun tonight. We're going to be talking about several things all at once. So let me get started with what I have planned for us tonight. We will be doing the drawing for both the quilts due to everyone who has donated to the fundraiser that I have been doing for the last 2 or 3 months to help Thomas and Blaze out. So we're going to do that tonight. I have some pictures and I'm going to show you guys from 3 different excursions over the last 2 weeks. I'm going to share just the pictures. I have lots of footage of in video form, but that's going to take time because I have to figure out the length I need to make them, and I'll probably be splitting them up into smaller increments because I'm not sure if people will watch a long one versus a shorter one. I was thinking about keeping them around 10 minutes maybe. I don't know. I haven't made a decision on the length of them yet, but they will be multiple parts of it by doing that. So I have to make a decision on how I'm going to plan that ahead. Okay, and the other thing we're going to do is I'm just going to sew a little bit and we're going to talk and we're just going to have fun. At least I hope so. My son Thomas will be coming in the channel at some point. And as soon as he's here, I'll introduce him to all of y'all. Hey, Joyce. So let me say hello to everybody in the channel. Hey, Denise. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Joyce and Glenda, Deb S. Hey, Joy T. Giovanna's here. Hello, hello. Hey, Joyce. What's up? Hey, Kelly. Okay, and I think I caught everybody so far. So, yeah, that's the plan. We're going to... so I figured about midpoint I would do the drawing, and we'll do both of them back to back. I will share the screen. I hope I can share the screen so you can... Do you guys want to see the spinning wheel, or are you just going to take my word for it when the spinning wheel goes off? Hey, Robert, what's up? What's y'all's thoughts on that? You want to see it or you don't care? I mean, because I'm not going to lie about it. Okay, Giovanna. I thought I would update you on a few things that's been going on this week concerning Thomas. As most of you have probably already heard, him and Blaze are now in an apartment. Of course, they moved into the apartment having nothing. Hello, June H. But because y'all are so good and my friends are so good, there's been quite a bit of small items being sent to the apartment. And he's supposed to get quite a few things today. And as soon as he gets all of this stuff, he's going to try to, he'll either, I don't know what his plan is. He may just take pictures and let me post them over on the Greenland Quilter group. I'm not sure exactly how he wants to do it. But we had 2 big donations. Christine, my friend who lives in Georgia, donated a queen-size bed to Thomas. And my friend Melanie, who lives in New York, she lives in Syracuse. Her and her husband donated a bed for Blaze, brand new beds for both of them. And they sent sheets and things to go, one set of sheets to go with them. So they now have something to sleep on. And it's just a matter of slowly getting things in there that they need. And thank you all of you who may have already been over on the Amazon wish list to donate. Thank you for that. So I think what I would like to do to start with before we do the drawing is how many of you... Let me make a poll, and it has to do with the pictures from my 3 excursions. And all I'm going to ask you to do is say yes or no, or hit yes or hit no. Would you like to start out this live looking at pictures or photos from my 3 excursions? And all you have to do is say yes or no. And then I'll give it about 5 minutes and then we'll get started. Hey, Kelly. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for all of y'all. I don't think I'm going to stop saying thank you for a long time, you know. So, but I wanted to treat you to a few pictures, you know, of my, y'all are going to love these icebergs. They're so beautiful. Oh my God. Yesterday when I went on the excursion, we went on it's called the Nina, and it's a small ship. It's not actually a boat. It's actually a ship. And it can hold up to 40 passengers on it. And so it moves a little bit slower. So they're still working out the kinks with it. And yeah, I went out on that, and, you know, I thought it was pretty nice. I think that we could have spent more time out, but, you know, like I said, they're working out kinks on that part. But it was fun yesterday. I enjoyed it. But out of all of them, I would have to say I enjoyed the helicopter part of it the best, because I got to stand on top of the ice cap. Looks like, let's see how many saying yes. 15 votes. So everybody says yes, so yes is the answer. Okay, let me get this graphics program up, and then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, share screen from Zoom. That's where I got to do that from. Okay, we're going to share the screen. We're going to go here. Okay, let me know if all of you can see this screen. I need to make this let's make it big. Okay, and nope, I can't make it big because then I can't see the chat. Let me make it semi-big. Okay. That way I can still see the chat. Okay, can everybody see that? Give me yes or no. Okay, all right. Thank you, Kelly. Oh my God, being on top of the ice cap was interesting. You know, there was a section where you'll see it in one of the pictures where it looked like it was a foreign planet or something. It was pretty cool. Okay, so I'm just going to go through these, and I'm going to try to do it so I can still see what you're saying in case you want to ask a question. So if you have a question, I don't know, put a heart in front of it where I can see it so I'll know to answer it. Okay, so this is this one. You probably noticed there's fog all back in here. So when I went out that day, there was fog. But this iceberg, if you can see, it's like a blue color. There's these dark blue stripes you see coming through here. Those are thousands of years old. And what happens is when snow falls, it has oxygen molecules within the snowflakes, and they'll get smushed up to each other and pressed where it's constantly weight on it. And then if it rains, a lot of times when it rains, it'll melt that layer, and then it'll refreeze, and it'll turn that darker blue that you're seeing in the iceberg. So let's go to the next one. Oh, this happened last night, you guys. Can everybody see these northern lights? This was last night's light show. I don't know if you can see it or not. Okay, then we're going to go to the next one. Here's another view of it. You can even see this weird looking green over here on the right. It's pretty funny. I walked out to take Nora for her last night outside, and when I looked up, I'm like, uh-oh, there's northern lights in the sky. Let me go grab the camera. But you see how you can see the stars through the northern lights. It's really interesting how that works. This one had a little bit of red in it. Okay, now we're back to icebergs. Okay, so this was from yesterday. And like I said, there was a lot of fog in the background, but I wanted you to see the texture of these icebergs. See how the water and wind makes it change, how it looks? Okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, what do you think this iceberg looks like? Let's see who sees it the way I see it, and a friend of mine sees it. What do you think that one looks like? Let's see who guesses the right answer. Or you might not. I don't know. It might look different to you. It's from a science fiction movies. So what does that look like? Anyone? What kind of ship? There was a photo on the local news of the Northern Lights near Vernon, BC, which is not very far north at all. Yeah, we've had a lot of strong CMEs hitting our atmosphere recently. Yes, it is. How many of you think it looks like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars? Because when I saw it, it made me want to take a picture of it. Because the first thing I saw was like, oh my God, that looks like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars. The Enterprise spacecraft. Yep, pretty cool, huh? And you can see these cool looking mountains behind it. So you can see how big. Yeah, see, Kelly can see the Star Destroyer. I did too. You can see this is a pretty big iceberg compared to those mountains. And those mountains back there look like hills to you, but they're really not. They're big mountains. Okay, and there's this one. It took a while for the fog to burn off, so I was worried I wouldn't get any pictures because when I left, it was raining on top of it. And here's the same thing in a different angle. So the ship would slow down, so we got some pictures, and I got some great footage with the videos. This one, oh my gosh, it's probably at least 50 to 60 foot tall. And it's probably the size of an American football field. That's how big that is. And you can, I'm going to bring it in a little bit where you can see all these interesting cracks in the sides of it. See all that? Yeah, you see that? So this probably broke off of an even bigger piece. And there's been 2 or 3 of these big ones like this hanging around for the last few weeks. When me and Nikolai went out before he left to go back to sea, we saw several of these. So these broke off this particular iceberg probably came from the northeast coast of Greenland, off of one of the ice shelves from up there. So it was probably hanging over the water, and the whole piece broke off. The glacier called Jacob's Haven, I think is what it's called. It's in Ilulissat. That one lost a piece of ice about 2 weeks ago that was the size of Manhattan. So this is pretty big. And then there's this really cool looking one. And you're probably going to see more than one shot of this because I got it at different angles while we were moving by it. It's interesting how the camera and you see things when you're moving from one position. Like you'll start at the front as you're moving sideways and then you're leaving it behind. The way you see the angle of the iceberg is very different. Did anybody new walk in? Deb S says she's never watched Star Wars. Sadly, they are melting. Yes, they are. It's getting pretty bad down here in South Greenland. Here's a different angle of it. This is a different one. This one was probably at least 50 feet in the air or more. I'm just guessing. And as you know, you only see 15% of it above the water. The rest of it's below the water. This is a different angle again. See those nice, round, cool-looking mountains behind it? And this is another angle of the one we saw a few minutes ago. And this one's a completely different one. Let's see here. My sister-in-law was recently in Newfoundland, and they saw a couple of small bergs. Did you know that a lot of the icebergs from Ilulissat ends up over on the Newfoundland coast? It travels all that distance, believe it or not. But this one's pretty darn tall, too. I love and you notice you can see an extension outside of the iceberg here. That's all part of the iceberg, and it extends out off the sides here. So that's why boats don't get too terribly close when they're looking at it. Because here's a different angle of that same iceberg. I like this cool little thing on the end of it. Name it after you? Okay, Joy. She likes the pointy one. All right, we're going to the next one. And this was yesterday when I got off the ship. That's what our sky looked like above Princess Mountain. I can't. It's really cool sometimes what the sky does too here. And then this is the ice caps. This reminds me of, like, I don't know. It doesn't look like Mother Earth, does it? But I walked about probably from the helicopter. I walked at least 2 kilometers so I could get a good picture of these weird, strange mountain things that are strung out all over the top of the ice cap. And this iceberg, it's really, really tall. 85% of it's under the water. And this is a different angle of the same one. And another angle of it. And this is at a distance with it. Look how tall that is. It reminds me of spires. I bet this one had a roof over it at one point. It was probably a gated iceberg. Yeah, 85% is under the water and 25% is, no, I'm sorry. 85% is below the water and 15% is seen above the water. Yeah, exactly, Giovanna. Okay, next one. This is from a different day of the same iceberg I showed you earlier. And this is at the front side of it, because we were coming around one side of it. Yeah, it's like a statue, yeah. And then I want you guys to see this. I'm hoping you'll get a good look at it when I bring it in close. You see all this dark, clear stuff you see in here? This is thousands of years old ice. And it looks like a sponge, and it's because water and wind create this pattern on top of these icebergs. Sylvia says, when I first moved here, we made ice cream with bergs from the icebergs. Yeah, because it's fresh water. It's perfectly safe. And I'm going to show you this one up close too. See all that clear stuff? And it's all this dark turquoise behind it. So this is thousands of years old. And down here is a really dark blue. It looks black, but it's actually a really super dark blue. Yep, the sun does. Yep, and look at this one, you guys. Mother Nature's artwork, huh? Look at this. Is that cool or what? You see these little chunks of ice down here in the water? This is called black ice. And sometimes there'll be big pieces of these black ice, and it's hard to see when you're in a small boat because it blends in with the water. And so a lot of boaters are really cognizant of the ice being like that because it can damage a boat if you don't see it and you run into it. There was probably a gate up here too. A gate means that there's a roof over it and it has a hole going right through it. You can see to the other side. That's what they call them here, is gated icebergs. And they're far and few between when you see a gate. Because by the time you see it, most of it's already melted off. Uh-oh. I hit that one too close. Sorry. Anyway, that's what the whole thing looks like. Yeah. That iceberg the Titanic hit was probably one of those skyscraper-sized ones that come off of Ilulissat. In fact, most people that talks about the Titanic thinks that that's where that iceberg came from. We can get I don't know, 500 yards or more away from it. They don't recommend you getting closer, and the reason is these icebergs are like the ice cap. You never know when you're going to hear a crack and then suddenly it's doing something. I noticed that, sometimes we get to witness one of them breaking apart, or it'll have melted enough off the bottom that the top is top heavy, and it'll flip upside down. Sometimes they'll get close, sometimes they don't. It's whoever's brave enough to take their life in their hands. You know what I mean? See all that blue? Thousands of years old. I always find it interesting because the wind does interesting things to it when it's sitting out on the water. And then there's this one. This one looks like a box. It looks like somebody carved it and made it nice and flat. Yep, exactly, Kelly. Yep. And then there's this. So I'm going to go back to this one. This is this. It's the same iceberg in a different angle. So when you saw the front of it, you didn't know all this was back here. And that's the last iceberg. So what did you guys think about this? Do you like seeing stuff like this? I hope you do. I was hoping my son would hurry up and get in here so we can start some stuff. Okay, let me unshare for a minute because I think I want to share something else, but I need to. Let's see here. Stop share. All right. Okay. So what do you guys think about those pictures? Yeah, Sylvia, gates, like I said, sometimes you'll see like small holes. They call those gates too, or you might even see a massive iceberg that has a roof over it with this really big gate on top of it. It's really cool. And then, eventually that top will fall off, or the iceberg will split in half and break the whole thing apart. Some of the video that I'll be posting, you'll see where it looks like this one iceberg is, when you think it's two pieces, it's actually all one piece that still has the bottom intact, that hasn't melted and cracked it down the middle where it'll make the two separate. If you step on an iceberg, no, not at all. I've been on little ones that are like stuck on land. I've stood on a couple of them, and you don't stick to it. And you can even touch it with your hands, not a problem. Okay, Kelly. I need to see if my... Okay, 1 second, please. Okay, while I'm waiting on Thomas to come walking in, what have all of you been working on? Sylvia says she's seen caves and glaciers. I can imagine the front breaking off, making a tunnel. You know what I found interesting? I went to the first excursion was the ice cap safari, which means I was on a boat. And I was by 2 different spots of the ice cap 3 weeks ago too. And the interesting thing about the ice cap is you can hear it talks a lot. It makes cracking noise. You can hear water flowing, and it'll make groaning noises. Sometimes when it breaks off a piece, it sounds like thunder. It's really loud. But when we landed on top of the ice cap, the only thing I could hear was water flowing under it. It was kind of weird because I had gotten so used to hearing this moaning noise and the cracking noise and all the weird noises it makes. But when you're standing actually on top of it where it's not by the water, it doesn't make any kind of sound other than running water. Hey, Janice, welcome, welcome. I think in winter it would stick. I don't know, Giovanna. I haven't gone to the ice cap in the winter. I don't think I want to go in the winter because I bet it's way colder. Sylvia says only boat access here is about 60 miles. Oh, okay. Been working on a baby quilt, Glenda says. Denise says she took a small break, but I'm going back to it tomorrow. Okay. So what I've been working on, well, kinda. I've been working my butt off this week between that and going on excursions. But I thought the other day, with those of you who watched me with John, that's who it was, and I was working on these stitch it blocks, and I said something about I wanted to I had sewed all these squares together. Well, I took some of them and ripped them apart because I got this brilliant idea that I am going to make, since I made so many the small half square triangles, I was going to take it and make an hourglass where I had a solid block on each end. And here I'll show you what it's going to look like. So I'm going to sew those together in a few minutes. And then I may make 4 of these, but they'll all have the green in the middle, but I might change the outside colors part of it, maybe. And I'll make 4, and then I'll decide what's going to happen on the outside. Does the cruise ship take excursions like you did? Yes, some of them do. So here's the thing with cruise ships. And I'm not sure how some cruise ships gets with the local tourist people here in our town, and they set up things like an iceberg safari and ice cap safari. Some go to Unerdok, which is the hot springs. Some go to Havalsi, which is the Norse ruins. Sometimes there's excursions to Gardar and Igaliku, which is more Norse ruins. I do city tours myself through Sagalands, and I also do the tannery through Sagalands. And so maybe 50% of the cruise ships that come through here will sign up for all of these excursions until they're all sold out, because she's still hurting for staff. And I've had to ask her to cut, at least 2 tours out of mine because it's getting where I can't do back-to-backs anymore. It causes trouble. And so when I worked 2 days ago, I did 1 city tour and 2 tannery. And then a couple days before that, I did 3 city tours. And I was fine with that because she gave me a break in between 2 of them where I could go and sit for 15 minutes and, eat and make sure I drink enough, because I think what's causing me trouble is I'm not drinking enough, and I get hot, which makes me feel nauseous. And but anyway, back to the cruise ships. But some of the cruise ships don't sign up for anything, or they pay someone on board the cruise ship to take them on the tours that we should be being paid for instead of whoever's on that cruise ship, because most people on that cruise ship pay to be on the cruise ship to travel where they're going, but it's not helping our economy if they're paying someone on board to take excursions when they should be paying us so that we can do it. Okay, the tannery. The tannery is Great Greenland. That's the name of it. It's the only factory in all of Greenland that tans sealskin to turn into jackets and pants and other things. So what we do on a tour is we start in a small room that talks about the history and culture of the Greenlanders, that dates back 5,000 years. And then after we walk out of there, then we take them through the factory, and I take them through the wet room to show them the second process of what happens in that room. We spend about 5 minutes in there because not everyone can tolerate the smell in there because it's different. And then I show them how the sealskins are stretched and sent through this interesting machine. They have big, huge tumblers that wash them, and they can wash up to 700 skins at one time. No, Joy, they are not abused. The skins are, I need to clarify this, I think. Seal skin is not why they're hunted. Seal skin is a byproduct of hunting for meat. And a lot of hunters who hunt have already got plenty of skins at home, so they sell them to Great Greenland so that other people can enjoy having a nice jacket that can last generations. We have over 1 million seals in Greenland. Sylvia says that's the requirement to go up. That's the requirement to go up bay to take ranger interpreters up bay with them. Well, we do have ships that have interpreters, especially for Germans, but that's a different situation. The situation I'm talking about is they hire someone on the cruise ship to do a city tour. So we're not getting anything from that. You know, and our economy has been hurting for a while. You know, we were landlocked for almost 2 months, so we didn't have any ships during that time. You know, a lot of things affect a lot of things around here. Anyway, I'm not going to get on a soapbox about that. But yeah, now where was I? So that's sometimes that happens. So for every one cruise ship that has a lot going on with us, then maybe the next day we have nothing. Like, that's probably why I haven't worked the last 2 days, because they're not hiring us to do the work to take them around town. Okay. Does anyone else want to ask a question? No, but that's the way it is right now. You know, I wish it would be different, but that's why so many indigenous get upset when they're oversaturated with tourists who don't spend money or who uses outside guides instead of using local guides. And in fact, they blocked in Ilulissat. I don't know if you heard this on the news, but they blockaded a cruise ship in Ilulissat. They wouldn't let them come in. The reason they wouldn't let them come in is because they hired guides from the cruise ship to guide their tourists, and no money was coming into Ilulissat from that cruise ship, which is not fair. So they blockaded it where they couldn't get in. It is, Kelly. Yes, it's better to have a jacket made by nature than something vinyl that stands in. Yes, exactly. And this is what I try to educate about. You know, if you're wearing animal as a jacket and suddenly it ends up in the landfill for whatever reason, that will go back to nature. That vinyl that Kelly was talking about, it takes 100 years for that to do that. Nope. Giovanna, they do not hunt babies. They do not use clubs like you hear. See, here's the thing. Great Greenland has had a really rough time of it, because when misinformation gets sent out, it affects your pocketbook. And if you're not selling jackets and stuff because someone spreads a lie about baby seals being killed for their white pelts, Greenlanders get really mad because they don't do that. They have this deep respect for nature that dates back 5,000 years, and they don't believe in doing certain things. And one of them is killing little babies. They just don't do that kind of thing. They take an adult that does, and they make sure when they take an adult, it doesn't have a baby with it, because they just don't, they're that respectful. Someone said, as far as it being controlled hunting, I don't know, because all the seals that are eaten in Greenland are eaten by private people. There is no company that goes out hunting seals. You know, like how we have a company, like what my husband works for. He works for a fishing and shrimping company. And, you know, they fish big loads. But when it comes to seals, it's all private hunters who are hunting for their families, because we can't depend on a container ship coming from another country with food. So as soon as the ice is gone, they're out in their boats doing seal, whale, fish, muskox, reindeer. There's one other animal I can't think of, and several kinds of birds. And they do all this to supplement their food table, and they get it into the freezer. So during the winter months, they have this food. And we also have stuff in our freezer that's from nature, like salmon and cod and shrimps. And every now and then we manage to have reindeer. he eats whale meat, so we always have whale meat in the freezer as well. Yeah, exactly, Giovanna. Can the cruisers buy those? Yes. Do you want the web address, Joy? I can send you the Great Greenland web address and you can order straight from them and they'll ship it straight to you. There's been a new rule change, you guys. I should fill you in. The rule was that the United States and Australia wouldn't allow any sealskin to come through the airport. None. But what I didn't know was that Americans can actually go to Great Greenland's website and order that same product from the website. But this week, there was an agreement made between Greenland, I guess, and the United States. So now you can, as long as the sealskin is made into a jacket or a hat or mitts or whatever it's made out of, you can buy that and take that into the United States, but you cannot take a big piece of sealskin. I don't know where my sealskin is so you can see an example, but I can show you a small one. This is just a sample of sealskin. But a big piece, like if you wanted to buy a whole big piece, you can't. But if it's made into something, then you can. It's like Christmas ornaments, handbags. On the back of the skin, you see this white here? They also, let me explain about sealskin. Sometimes you get seals that have lots of missing hair because they've been fighting or their diet might have been bad or whatever. So a hunter will send that to Great Greenland, and then put their heads together and say, what can we do about damaged sealskin? So they took all the skin or the hair off. Then they turn this into a really supple, soft leather. Then they can either dye it or leave it natural, and it can be used as part of a handbag or a wallet. It could be one side of the wallet is this, a soft leather, and then on the other side it could be this part. So it's pretty interesting. Does your tourism put on shows for visitors? Yes, they put on the kayak show. They do the kayaks. They do choir singing in the old church. There's lectures about Greenland and about Norsemen that are done either in the community center or at the church. There's something, drum dance is done. So a lot of things happens when people are coming. Giovanna says, I was born in Kenya and we have a lot of problems with illegal hunting. Yeah. They stay on top of that kind of thing here. You get trophy hunters that want to come and hunt muskox, and they are so strict with the rules and everything. It's interesting. And I was hoping Thomas would be here. Guess not. I'm going to cream. Anyway, okay. Are the wallets and purses expensive? No, not really. Depends on, I guess now Jack, so let me think. How much does a wallet cost? I don't remember. I bought mine a long time ago. It depends on the size, I think, is one of them, and how much sealskin's, used. But the most expensive items in the store are your jackets, pants, and let me think. Jackets. Yeah, it's mostly the jackets and the pants that are so expensive. Is the church bell wrong, or do you have chimes? They have a church bell that's very loud. Okay, now let me see how long we've been going on. We've been going on 30 minutes. Okay, so I think what I want to do while I wait on Thomas to show up, y'all want to see me sew, or you want me to keep on blabbering? But I thought I would go ahead and sew these together so we can have a look at it and see what you thought. You up for that? I have to leave soon as I have a Zoom with Debbie. My sister-in-law went to the Aunt's Ox Meadow, and I bet I just butchered that. Anyway, Newfoundland. But the Norse settlement you've heard me talk about Eric the Red quite a bit, along with his son Leaf. Leaf is the one that went to, I think it was Newfoundland, where because he decided to leave his family here in South Greenland, and he wanted to see more of the he wanted to see the New World. So technically, the Norse were the first ones to find North America. Well, Greenland's North America, but what I mean is Canada and the United States. They were the first ones to set on land, not Columbus. And they did that in 1300. Now, the Norse lived here in South Greenland for 500 years, and then they just disappeared, and no one really knows why. The last written thing about the Norse were a wedding that was at Hovalsi Church. And that's the last time anyone heard from any of the Greenlander Norsemen. I bet it's similar. It is, probably. Blabber and sew at the same time. Okay, Joy. Okay. So today we have a nice sunshiny, but we got wind today. So I feel like the weather is about to get weird again, change. We've had a lot of fog and rain over the last 3 months. More than usual, which is very strange. But so let me get your someone said no. Actually 9% said no. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to set another poll. And I got this. Do people live in igloos in the country? No. Everybody lives in houses now. Yes, they knew how to get across that. As y'all know, the Atlantic is very temperamental, and how they were managed to have such strong boats to cross the Atlantic is totally amazing, because it's pretty violent in spots of it. I was going to make another poll, and now I forgot what I was going to ask. Oh, or you can just tell me in the chat. Do you think how long is too long for videos for the ice caps and stuff? I was thinking I should make them around 10 minutes. That way you could take a break, or are you up for having them to be longer? What say you? I will be putting music to some of it. There is some that I'll probably leave a gap where you can hear the ice cap talking. You mean South Greenland, Giovanna, or you mean Canada? The Atlantic doesn't freeze up except way up north. The sea ice doesn't go all the way down to the south. How many do you have? 10 minutes is a lot. Hey, Denise, how are you? The poll question was whether you wanted to see the icebergs and stuff now or wait till later, and most everybody voted at the beginning, so I started it. So, yeah, the whole north. No, I mean, even in the winter months here, we don't have ice down here. Our lake freezes, but the fjords and the harbor, no, it's not cold enough. Now, that ice that landlocked us for so long, that came from the northeast Greenland, and that is sea ice that's way up north during the winter months when it freezes. The ocean freezes up there. That all came from up there. But down here, we don't have sea ice, except when it floats down here. 10 minutes sounds good. 2 people have said 10 minutes. I'm happy with whatever you feel like doing. It's so interesting. Okay. Sometimes if you make them 30 minutes, then people don't stay and watch the whole 30 minutes. And I'm not complaining. Please don't think that. I just want to do whatever works for everybody. I meant in the past 1,000 years. Yeah, it used to be a lot more ice. There's been quite a bit of there's been a lot of discussion recently because scientists have been back up here studying what's been going on right now. And one of the things that they did was they did a deep ice core, took a few samples that go all the way down through the 2.5 meter thick ice cap. And they've been testing the samples, and they determined that there was definitely a global warming period of time where Greenland had no ice, zero. Hey, Frank, how's Florida? And during that time frame, there was big forest and everything else here. It was pretty cool. And but then the mini ice age came in. I forget what. It happened while the Norsemen were still living here, the mini ice age. But I've been doing some research and also watching some science videos. And two things they've been talking about, which is, if you watch them, you'll have a better understanding of how ice happens in our world. When CO2 levels get extremely high, it heats up the planet. And it can cause, global warming. But if you have a massive amount of volcanic action going on where it's pushing sulfur into the atmosphere, and the sulfur will mix with water, and that becomes acid rain. But some of those droplets get stuck in the atmosphere. And if enough of it builds up, then it causes a cooling trend, believe it or not. And that cooling trend can cause another ice age, depending on how much of those droplets are in the atmosphere at the time, and how much of a cover it causes the planet to cool down a little bit. So it's a pretty interesting thing. Frank says it's nice today. What's the temperature where you're at? My son says it's like 100 degrees in Georgia right now, or close to it. Yeah, we do need to plant trees, because trees help trap. Trees use carbon for food, and then they store it in their roots and in the soil around them. See, nature is very intelligent. Did you take the video of the tannery and that store? I'll still look at the website. I actually made a video of the room. I've got to edit it, and then I'll get it up for you. The shop, did I take a video of it? No, but I can go down there tomorrow and do that. Would that be okay with you, Joyce, so you can see what it looks like? Because I'm allowed to do that as far as the shop is concerned. I just can't go into sewing. I would love to show you guys what's in the sewing room, but we can't. We're not allowed. And I understand why the rule. They've been through enough of people trying to ruin their business. Because basically most everything that they make in the tannery goes to all places in Greenland. There are several European countries that allow you to wear animal skins for warmth instead of the other stuff. And and the boots, they send the seal skin to, I think it's Spain that makes the boots. I'm not sure. It's either Spain or Italy, one of them. They send all of the stuff they need, the sealskin and stuff, to that country, and then the country has a factory that does the rubber soles, and they build the snow boots right there, and then they send some back here, and then the rest goes to places in Europe. Okay, yeah, I want to do it when there's not people milling around, because I don't really like to get people in my videos if I can help it. Look, you guys, you see that? That point looks good, huh? Let's see if the other one looks as good. Yep, I'm going to press these. Hold on a minute. Frank says it feels like 99 degrees. Giovanna says the ashes blocks the sun and earth cools down. Yep. And do you know, I don't know if you saw on that picture where I was on the ice cap, how dark it was? That was soot, you guys. There was these big crevices down, and they're on a video, so stay tuned, because when I was doing the video, I videoed the crevices, and when you look down into the crevices, there was some areas that had clear, it looked like glass, and inside of the glass was black soot caught in the water that had frozen. And when I walked around, you could see chunks of it all over the place on top of the ice cap. You know what else I saw locked in ice? Animal, what where an animal was. You know, they did their business on the ice. That's the way to explain it. Could be Italy, as we have a lot of shoe factories. Yeah, I'm almost thinking it was either Italy or Spain. It was one of them. Don't you love Katie? Yeah, I was good. Yeah, what you said, Joy. I didn't know if you'd be grossed out by that. And I'm like, ooh, that looks like scat. Probably polar bear scat. I'm just pressing these blocks so you can get a better look at them. Give me 1 minute, please. Maybe not that long. Giovanna says Prince. Hey, bears. That's a good one, Joy. I asked the helicopter guy, I said, you know, seeing how we've been seeing so many polar bears down here, do we need to be worrying about that? And he said no. But I have to tell you guys about something that I saw that he showed us when we were in the air. And I didn't even know it was, and it's only like 2 hours away from here by boat. It only took 20 minutes to get there by helicopter, if that long. But it was an extinct volcano, you guys. And it had this big, enormous bowl, and I videoed it. And then off the side of it, there's this long valley, so you could tell that that was probably where lava used to flow. It was really interesting. Okay. Now look at my roller on here one more time. Okay, so this is with one, I use 2 different block colors, so here's the first one. And then here's the second one. So I'm thinking I want to make 2 more, or 1 more of this color and 1 more of this color, and then do like a 4-patch. What do y'all think about that? I'm just wondering if I can. The only thing I didn't think about when I was making the hourglass is whether I could turn them or not. So, you know, where they're like this. Do you think this works? Because I'm just creating as I go along. What do you think about that? If I did it like that? Or do you think I should turn those hourglasses a different direction? We're at Giovanna. Yeah, where's this new volcano coming out of the sea at? So anyway, I'm probably gonna go ahead and make 2 more the same, and then put the, make the black come across this way and make the purple come across this way. I don't know if that's purple. What color y'all call that? Okay, so let me set up some more blocks here. So we're gonna need 4 more of these. Okay, and then I'm going to get 2 more. Uh-oh, looks like I'm gonna have to break another block apart, because I need 1 more of these. And do I have enough purple? Yep, so I have 2 of those also. Now I'm going to use these other ones, as I'm working my way out on this. Okay, so let's put these over here. And in 6 minutes, we're going to spin the wheel. Y'all ready for spinning the wheel? So you're going to see not very many people on the wheel because several people said that they just enjoyed donating and they didn't want another quilt because they have too many at home and for someone else to have them. So that's why there's only like 6 people, either 5 or 6 people who actually was interested in their name getting drawn. And that's okay because 2 people are going to get some beautiful quilts. See you later, Giovanna. Have a good one. I need to look at these blocks again so I don't get them turned wrong. Okay, we're going to turn that one that way. This one. And this one. Okay. And I need to crack this one apart. I'm just pulling these 2 blocks apart so I can use them a different way. And then we're going to spin the wheel. I was hoping Thomas would hurry up and get here. Okay, let's get this one pulled apart. And let me get the thread out of it. Nora, you need to come back in here. She is really missing her big brother. You okay? Want to say hi to everybody? Come here. I'll let you say hello. Come on. Upsy daisy. Say hello. You want to say hello? No, don't lick my face. Don't lick my face. Little spoiled dog. Yep, Miss Spoiled Dog. Yep, yep. I think he got camera shy too. Let me see if he's even answered me. Maybe he's outside getting stuff from Amazon. I don't know. Who knows? I was hoping. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to set things up here so I can go ahead and I'll show you the wheel. I think I'll be okay. Let's try it, see what happens. But first I need to get it where I can see it. All right. That's going to be here. And then bring up my... Hold on a minute, you guys. Hey, we're all waiting on you. We need you to come. Oh, he hung up. Okay, sorry about the interruption, guys. All right. When does hubby come home? I think sometime at the beginning of October, but I don't know the exact date. That's a good question, too. I need to ask him that question. Okay, let me try this again. So what I'm doing is I'm going to move a screen so that I can show the wheel. And then I need to use my Zoom to share the screen. Then we're going to click on that. Okay, you guys let me know if you can see the wheel. Everybody see the wheel okay? Nora, come here. Come. I don't want you messing around over there. Where's your ball? Find your ball. Can everyone see the wheel? Well, part of the wheel anyway. Because I know I have my chat in the way. Okay, all right. Apparently, I guess not. Anyway, let me see if he said anything yet. Oh no. I just accidentally clicked on something. Okay. You ready for me to make the first spin? Let's see who wins the first. So which one do you want me to spin the wheel for? The blue one or the other one? The other color, the bright happy color one, or do you just want me to choose? It doesn't matter. How about we do the smaller one first, which is this one that has the triangles on, or the diamonds on them. We'll do that one first. I think that's actually a good idea. Okay, let's spin the wheel. 1, 2, 3, spin. Rose in Winter 1 is the winner of the smaller quilt. Congratulations. Let me write that down so I don't forget who it was. You'll be the maker of the quilt who donated it. She will be shipping it to you, and I'll just send her your address. And yeah, and you'll get it hopefully within this next week. Okay. Okay, now let me look at the chat for a minute. Okay, so Rose went in, yeah, this is her name, Rose in Winter 1. Congratulations. Okay, you ready for us to spin for the bigger one? That one was made by my friend from Christine, the one I'm about to spin on, and she did all of the quilt making and the long arming on her long arm machine. She's also, you know, she's really good at long arming. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's spin the wheel. Look who won. Linda did, from Irish Sail Lady. Congratulations, Linda. Okay, now, if for some reason either one of them decide that they don't want to accept the gift, then I guess we'll respin for someone else that's still left on this list. Thank you all so much for, you know, doing this with me. I really appreciate it. I mean, we still got a long road to go, but, you know, we're getting there slowly and patiently. Congratulations, Linda of Irish Sail Lady. Hey, Teresa. What did you, they won, let me see, Rose in Winter 1 won a smaller quilt, a finished quilt, and Irish Sail Lady won a larger quilt. And both quilts were donated so that I could raise funds for my son, because he had been homeless for 9.5 months. And as of last week, he's no longer homeless. He moved into an unfurnished apartment, so it's going to take time for them to get everything they need for the apartment, but they're doing really good right now. We are so thankful. I'm really thankful for all of you and the prayers that went out on behalf of both my boys. And, you know, I'm a thankful mom right now. I really appreciate all your help. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is get back to sewing again. All right, so let me get these other blocks laid out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make 2 more of the same style block, and then we'll sew them together as a 4-patch. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Thank you, everyone. Do you guys like scavenger hunts? I've been thinking about what I would like to do. I'm thinking about doing a scavenger hunt that'll come to fruition on New Year's Eve, because I think I want to do a 12-hour live. And I was thinking about doing a scavenger hunt where I sent a form, or made a form. It would have like 10 questions that has to do with me. And it would require, if you don't know the answer, it means you might have to go filter through videos to find the answers to them. Most of you have heard me repeat myself more than once about certain things. But I thought about doing a scavenger hunt, and then after the scavenger hunt's completed, then on New Year's Eve, I can have plenty of prizes to give away, and all those who do the form can be part of the drawing. What do you guys think about that? Are you interested in that, or do you think that's too much work? Like an example is, how old was I when I started gardening and crocheting? Because both of them were at the same time. Anyone remember what I said, how old I was for that? I was thinking those kind of questions. Hey, Leanna, how are you doing? Yes, you missed the raffle. Sorry. The raffle just happened like 2 minutes ago. So the winners of the small quilt was Rose and Winter 1, and the one for the bigger quilt was Linda, who is Irish Sail Lady. And I'll send you the information, Leanna, on the winner for the small, for yours. I'm not sure who Rose and Winter even is. To be honest, she's on the list of donating. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute, you guys. I need to go look at my form. Hold on. Because I don't have her on this list. Why don't I have, but it's on that. Yeah, it's on the other list. I don't know why she's not on here. Because unless she went by a different name when she donated. Hold on a minute. I'm going to go look real quick. I think we're going to have to redraw for that one because she didn't even put her address on here. So there's no way for me to contact her that I can see. Wait a minute. Here's the email. Hang on, I'm looking at all this list. Sorry. Let me see where she. Rose in the Winter is third from the bottom. Oh. Ah, now I know who it is. It's Linda Hilbert that won it. Or that's what this says anyway. So y'all know who Linda H is. Congratulations, Linda. Oh my gosh, I feel dumb. Yep. Linda Hilbert is the person going by Rose in the Winter. I did not know that. Did you guys know that? Yep. So I'll send you the information after the live tonight, Leanna. I hope that's okay. And thank you for donating the quilt. I'm so I don't even have to keep saying it. Okay. So we're all good. So now I know who it is. I just didn't recognize the name. That's all. Sorry. June says she has to go. Have a great weekend, everyone. You too, June. Thank you for coming to the live. I appreciate it. And if you didn't come at the beginning, don't forget to watch the first few minutes of the replay, because I showed a bunch of iceberg pictures from my excursions. So I'm sure you would enjoy looking at those. So what I'm going to do is make 2 more, like I said, and then also all 4 of them together like a 4-patch, and then we'll get to see what it looks like. What are y'all planning for Labor Day? Any of you doing anything special for Labor Day? Oh, and Thomas's job hunting it's a struggle. Maybe that's why he didn't show up, because I don't know if I told you guys, but my half cousin, she lives in Noonan, which is just outside of, or right next door to Carrollton, and we talked yesterday, I think it was. She has a job opening in their business, and she wanted me to have Thomas call her so she could talk to her. She said overall it'd still be up to her husband whether he gets hired or not, but they both want to talk to him because they feel like that because of his skill set, they could use him in their business, and also they were willing to train him, because she asked if he had a certified license in running a forklift, and I said no, they never got around to teaching him to do that yet. And she says, okay, so that could be part of the on-the-job training of him learning how to run a forklift. Yeah, Frank, are you still there? Where did Frank go? Joyce says she's sewing up her PMQs. I'm so far behind, girlfriend, you have no idea. Oh, I'm so behind. I haven't been feeling very motivated because I've been working my tail off tour guiding, and I get home and I'm like, just want to go to sleep. And so my sewing's been a little bit off, which I'm not surprised because we've had a lot of rain and that's added to it. When it rains, I just want to sleep, which hasn't happened because I've been working in the rain. The other day, I don't know, it was 4 days ago, I guess it was pouring. I had never seen it pour that hard. It was harder than usual, put it that way. And I heard a kaboom. And I'm like, what in the world? Come to find out, it was actually thunder I heard. One of the Greenlanders who live up on Princess Mountain posted it on his Facebook that it had thundered. And that's very rare to happen here in Greenland. I was about to go live. I will go on after you. Last minute one. I have exciting stuff to show. Okay, that means I can. What time are you going to start your live, Leanna? Because I don't know how to forward everybody to you, but I can share your link. Let me see here. Leana. Let's see if I put you in the bot or not. There you are. Y'all, if you're not subscribed to Leanna's channel, please go over there and do that. Share your love. And as she said, she's going to go live tonight. She's got stuff to share, so that's even cooler. Hey, we ought to sew together again soon. So I'm getting ready. I'm just finger pressing to start with, and then using my seam roller. Let's get this other one done. Frank, have you seen Robin lately? I haven't seen her for a long time. I hope she's okay. I haven't seen Robin around either. I was wondering about that. Leanna, what time are you going to try to start it? When I'm done? Okay. All right. I'm keeping an eye on the time because we're about 1 hour and 13 minutes in. Okay. So we're going to sew these together. And then we're going to make that 4-patch I was talking about. That does not look like it's... Nora, come here. Come. Hang on a minute, you guys. Nora, come. Come on. You're not supposed to be in there. I don't want you deciding to eat plants. Because some of those are poisonous. What do you want? What is it, girl? Do you feel like I'm not paying enough attention to you, huh? Is that what the problem is? Yeah? Is that what it is? Where's your ball? Go find your ball. Get your ball. There you go. She's too funny. Okay. Well, I'm trying to learn how to cut myself down to at least 2 hours instead of doing 3 hours. It's hard not going past that 2-hour mark. But I'm going to figure it out eventually. The other day when I was with Eric, we were having so much fun it ended up being 3 hours and 7 minutes or something like that. It was real fun sewing with him, though. We had some cool stories to tell each of us. It was very fun, especially when we started talking about native languages. I can't believe how close Hawaiian sounds to, Greenlandic. With how some of the words are. I'm fixing this because I made the seam too narrow, looks like. And I want it to lay properly on the block. So I'm going to redo it. Hey, Mona. Welcome, welcome. So those of you who just come in, if you have a chance to watch the replay later, I showed everybody some pictures from my free excursions from the past 2 weeks as a teaser to what you're going to see on videos, because the videos is going to show different angles because the boat was moving around the icebergs, or like at the ice cap, when we landed in a helicopter. Okay, let me get this one fixed. I only ripped it part of the way out. Nora. Okay. Okay, now let's see if that's better. Yep, that's much better. Today we have beautiful weather other than the wind. It's about 50 degrees outside, or it was earlier. I'm not sure what it is now because I feel like the house is a little bit cooler over here on the north end because the wind is coming from the north. Okay, now I'm going to press these real quick. I'll be right back. Now we're going to sew these together. So let me make sure I have them turned the right way. Okay, that one's turned the right way. And let's get this other one turned the right way also. That way I don't make a mistake. Okay. Oh, no. You need to play with your toy. Play with your ball. Where's your ball? Get your ball. It's right there. I'm waiting for my Halloween wall hanging pattern to come. Cool, Joy. It's the Little Witch pattern by Jennifer Long. So cute. Sounds like it might be cute. Yeah, Joy, Eric is a very cool dude. You are so right. He's so calm. I'm beginning to think that my interviews are, I should think about coming up with some new plans for the channel, because the interviews viewership has dropped a lot. So maybe I'm doing too, or maybe it's getting too. Do you guys think it's gotten too boring? Nora needs a bully stick. Yes, she does. Anyone want to mail one in the mail? Because they don't have bully sticks here. I could give her a dental stick, though. That might occupy her for a bit. Actually, that's a really good idea. Be right back. I'm going to get her a stick. Want a dental stick, Missy? Want a dental stick? Yeah? That's what you want? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah? You want it? You gotta sit. Sit. Wait. Wait. Go. Good girl. No, that was Nora. She was playing with her ball. Now she's munching on a dental stick. You're gonna have to move, little one. I gotta get my foot on the pedal. You're in the way. Yeah, they don't have things for dogs. She needs one of those canvas toys. You know what I'm talking about? It's a really stiff canvas, because any toy that I buy here, other than that ball that she likes so much, she tears them up. And canvas is much stronger when it comes to predatory hunting dogs or varmint dogs, because that's what Dotson is a varmint dog. Badger dogs, some people call them badger dogs. And she definitely shows that tendency, that hunting instinct in her. She's very aggressive. I like hearing her noises too. She's hilarious when she's playing with that ball. The ball has a hole in it that you're supposed to put dog treats in it. But have you seen what she looks like? She really doesn't need high caloric treats in her diet. All right, where's my scissors? Because I need to trim off something here. Too many threads sticking out of this fabric. So I'm thinking of what else I can tell y'all. Oh, did you know this is what the guy that flew us in the helicopter? I asked him how much ice he thought was, because you lose ice off the side that goes out, because ice is constantly moving back and forth. When it's moving forward, it drops the ice into the water. When it retreats, it's moving back up the mountain. But the one thing that no one's really talked much about is the height of the ice cap, because the ice cap covers very tall mountains. And when we were standing on the ice cap, you could see peaks of mountains poking out the top of it, which means the ice is getting shorter. It's not as tall. He said that it loses 5 meters of ice every year. It's been losing 5 meters of ice every year for the last 10 years. Can you imagine 5 meters? That's 3 feet times 5. That's 5 times. That's 15. That's 15 feet a year. I think I got that right. Yeah, that's 15 feet a year they're losing. Can you imagine that? That's why when we went to that one ice cap part that we have visited multiple times, that's why I was so shocked, because I couldn't get over how short it was, plus how it had moved totally up the mountain. It's no longer on the water. And we were just around the corner for that one because I got a on one of the videos. And when I edit the videos, I'm gonna put a star or something right where that ice cap part is from the air, because you're gonna see it from the boat, from me standing in front of it. But you're also gonna see a little bit of it from the air as well because he passed around it, and you'll see what I'm talking about of the receding that's going on. It's crazy. I asked him how Greenlanders felt about the ice melting, and they said that he said that a lot of Greenlanders are worried about their island and what's going to happen when it, if it keeps on doing what it's doing. And then there's the farmers who are like, oh, longer planting months, longer growing months, which they have a point there. The longer it stays warm, the longer they can grow their crops, which is just mostly potatoes. It's mostly cool season vegetables they're growing. They are growing tomatoes inside the greenhouses, but it's still struggling, I think. Okay, let's see how these points look. That one looks fine. Let's make sure this one looks okay. Uh-oh, this one doesn't. Oh my gosh. No way I would get away with making them both that way. I will go to PetSmart next week. I haven't been inside a store since I got COVID. It will be 2 weeks. Okay, whatever works. Hey, Leanna. Leanna, sorry. Hello, name that tune. Okay, yeah, Who, without looking it up, who is the band that created the song Come Sail Away? Who knows the answer to who the band is of Come Sail Away? Let's see who knows the answer to that without looking it up. It's called, Lori got the answer. Good job, Lori. Okay, let me see if I can come up with a different song. Who's the band that sang Big Love? They've been around a long time. There's 2 women singers with the men, and they all were married at one point. Now they're all divorced. I don't know if that helps give you a hint, but they still sing together as a band, and they recently lost one of their female singers in the last year. And they sing the song Big Love. Who would that be? Mona says she knows the song, but she doesn't know the name of the band. Anyone know the name of the band? They also sang, yes, Lori's got it again. Look at you, girl. Wow, I need to come up with one a little more. What can I come up with that's even harder? Who was the pop singer who made a big hit? Oh, stop. No. Who was the... Stop. No, I'm going to kick you out of here if you don't stop. Get your ball. Go play with your ball. Get your ball. Get your ball. You hear her back talking me? Who was the pop singer that made I think it was in the top 50 category of the song called Let the Music Play? What pop singer was that? Let's see who knows this person. The song's called Let the Music Play. Who sang Let the Music Play? No one? Joy T says she knows it. Oh, maybe you and I have the same music taste. Who sang Let the Music Play? She probably wants to go outside. You're right. And I don't have someone to entertain you to let her go out. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Oh, okay, let me see who sang that song. Bye bye, Miss America. Can't think of that band's name. I was a young girl when that song came out. Y'all remember the song called They Called Him the Streak? Anyway, the person who sings Let the Music Play was Shannon. Hey Jackie, how's it going? Okay, let's get this one in here so. Okay, this is good enough. All right, so I'm going to press these open, and let me think of another song for y'all to tell me who sang it. Hang on a second, because I got to remember. Sometimes I'm terrible with song names, but I know the band that sings it. Isn't that funny? Okay, who sings There's No One Like You? What's the name of that band? They just lost one of their band members in the last month or so. I think it was one of their guitar players or something. There's no one, or it's called No One Like You. So who's the band? Recovering from lunch with the Grands. What did y'all eat, Jackie? This block is being a pain. I need to fix this side, you guys. Hold on. That might have been why it was off to begin with. It wasn't corner to corner like it was supposed to be. Song is called No One Like You. Frank got it. Frank got it. It's the Scorpions. Does anybody remember what my first song on a 45 I bought? Who remembers what I said about that? My first 45 I snuck into my parents' house. Who was the band and the name of the song? Anyone remember what I said about that? This is why I want to do a scavenger hunt to see who's paying attention to what I say. Who sang Oh Sherry, I'm in Love? That would have been Steve Perry. Oh, you were before. Oh, okay. You beat Frank to it. Okay. I didn't see. Oh, you're right. You did. Woo, you quick on it, girl. Does anybody remember what I said was my first 45 record? The first time I heard the song, it was on the Muppet Show. That's why when I heard it, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have that music. He sang the song on the Muppet Show. That would be Let's Dance. Yeah. Dang it, it's not Billy Idol, it's the other one. I'll think of his name in a minute. I don't know why I always have a problem remembering people's names. Because he also played in a movie. I love Donna Summer. Oh, you're talking about that Let's Dance. Okay. Have you ever heard the song? Have you ever heard her sing this song called MacArthur's Park? Out of all her songs, I love that one the best, and I'm very weird. I can't help it. But there's just something about that song, and when you sing along with it, you can get up with her pitch. My first 45 record was an Elton John record with Crocodile Rock on it. That's the one, the very first, and he was on the Muppet Show. That's how I heard that song. I was working at, I was going to school half a day in my junior and senior year, and they were showing the Muppet Show in the library at a school that I was working in. I worked in the library in the afternoon. I would go from high school over to the elementary school and work in the library. It was part of the Future Business Leaders of America program I was in. Who's saying "Piece of My Heart"? Hi, Shelby. What's going on? I'm not sure if I know "Piece of My Heart" or not. Loverboy? No, I don't think so. Oh, "Piece of My Heart." Maybe. Pat Benatar. I wish we could play music. But we can't. I think it's interesting we can't play music on our YouTube channels, but the political opponent or political people who are running for office can use the music. And I think most of them don't pay for that music, do they? Does anyone know the answer to that, actually? If a politician's using a singer's music, do they pay to use it, or do they just use it for free because they can? Is it lyric, "You want a piece of my heart, you better start from the start"? Oh, yeah. She had a beautiful voice. Okay, so now all I got to do is press these two blocks, and then we're going to sew all four of them together. All right, now then, let's get a bigger design board that I'm not using, maybe. Oh, here's one. Let's see what this is going to look like before we sew it together. Okay, so let me stand up here and we'll get it all prepped out here. All right. Let's see here, we want this one. Okay. What do y'all think? Who's saying "My life has been a tapestry"? I don't know the answer to that one. I don't think. Ding, ding, ding. Who sang, um, they're coming to take me away, ha ha, hee hee, ho ho, to the funny farm where there's somebody in white jackets. I can't remember all of it. But who sings that song? Now that's Mariah Carey that sings I All I Want for Christmas Is You. Y'all like this block? I wonder if it's going to come out the same size. I guess we'll find out soon enough. All right, let's sew this 4-patch together. Yeah, I don't know Dixieland jazz either. Some classical I might, but I'm more into rock and roll and some pop music. I don't know. My music taste is weird because I like several aspects of different music. About the only one that I don't care to listen to at all is I just cannot get into hip hop. I just don't enjoy it at all. I can't sing and dance with it. There's no. I love singing, is what it is. Madonna sang that song, Joy T. That song created so much controversy because of her video. I liked how she just put it out there, though. She was good at it. But do you know I don't Bon Jovi, yummy. Wait a minute. I read that wrong. Oops. But Madonna's was like a prayer. Sorry. I read that wrong. Okay. We got this one pinned together. Let's get the other one pinned together. And then we're going to sew them and see how it comes out. Did you guys know that Shelby plays in an orchestra? I forget what instrument she said she played. I didn't have any crushes. My teenage years were not like everybody else's. So having posters on the wall and stuff never happened. In order to listen to music, I had to sneak behind my parents' back to listen to it. Because according to them, it was Satan music. So no role model, no teen crush for me. Her orchestra that she plays in actually has a YouTube channel, you guys. Okay, I'm about to have this ready for sewing too. All right, let's do this. And as soon as I finish this and the whole thing, you know, the whole getting all 4 pieces sewn together, then we're going to pass it off to Liana. I don't know why I keep saying Liana. Oh my gosh. It's Leanna. Sorry. I love listening to Steve Perry. Oh my gosh, his voice is so beautiful. But you know what? I also think that let's see, not Dennis John DeYoung, or I think that's his name, of Styx, the one that has that deep voice. There's a song called Snowblind, and at the middle of it is, mirror, mirror on the wall, the face that shows me scares me so. But the way he sings it, it makes it really spooky. And it's called Snowblind. That is the coolest song. I wrote a song, and it was published. It was a religious song, though, and it's in a songbook, actually. But I was 16 or 17 when I wrote that song. And the name of the song is called Thank You, Lord, for Loving Me. Dennis DeYoung, I love his Desert Moon song when he went solo away from Styx. I wish they hadn't split up because they were so good together, but him and Tommy Shaw had issues. And they still talk down to each other, I think. Kind of like what happened between Steve Perry and the rest of the Journey band, you know. Steve Perry wanted to take time off. That's why something's wrong with this block. No, maybe there's not. It just looked like it was. Shh, come here. I'll be right back, you guys. Give me 2 minutes. Come here, you. Come. Come here. Here. Shoo-shoo. Come on. Shoo-shoo. Go shoo-shoo. Go shoo-shoo. I don't know that she will. I put her on the long line, and I put it out the door, but I don't know whether she'll go or not. She's still she's still having trouble doing things by herself without her brother. And I'm trying to build her up a little bit so she knows it's okay to do things by herself, but she's still struggling a little bit. And she's definitely my shadow these days. Okay, what did I miss? Joyce or Shelby says, I don't associate my real name with you two. So it's okay for us to call you by your name though, right? Have y'all heard of Dan Basque? He is amazing. I found him on YouTube. Nope, I don't know. Is he the one? Is he like a cover band singer? If it's who I think it is, he's got this beautiful voice and he's got dark hair with dark eyes and he kind of looks yummy to look at. I'm pressing this block so I can sew the rest of it together. Okay. Oh, this is going to look interesting, I think. But for some reason, that's not the way I had it set up. Oh, okay. Let me show you something. Remember how I showed you doing it like that? Now check this out. We could also do it like this. Which way do you like better? The first way I had it or this way? Yeah, there was so many great bands in the late 70s, all of the 80s, and part of the 90s. Yeah. Which do you guys like better? This way or this way? This is the first way. Okay, with the 4 patch in the middle. Okay. Everybody else concur the same answer? Two first ways, 3 first ways. Choices, says Lori. Frank says the first way. Denise says the first way. Looks like the first way has won. All right, let's sew this sucker together. You ready? Let's get it done. I know one thing. I'm probably going to need to put a little bit of that little starch stick thing that we all try from time to time. I think I'm going to have to use them on some of these seams after I get it all sewn together so they lay flat, because some of these have multiple seams coming into one spot. Okay, let's make sure that there is no point to worry about on this center one. I'll go ahead and pin that one first. So what I'm doing is I'm pinning each seam together so that they're lined up. Okay, now we're going to come down here and do the left side. I want to make sure I don't accidentally cut off the points of this part of it. So I'm going to try to get it in there at a good angle. Yeah, and then put through the other end. If I can see where it's at. Oh, there it is. Get it through there, and then I'll pin. And then I'll come back down here and do the other seam the same way because there's points on this one as well. And then I'll turn it around and do the back side to try to keep those seams lined up. Okay, let's get this one in. Looks like I'm going to need to have to order me some pins soon because I'm starting to get a bit low on them and I haven't ordered any in a long time. You know, I was going to buy some, yeah, the acorn pin, yes. Hey, Patty, what's going on? Yeah, the raffle was for a fundraiser I was doing. And 2 quilts were going to get drawn, or given away, that is, as a prize for helping with fundraising. Okay. Anyway, I was about to say something about, I was going to order some batik from a different company I've never ordered from. And it said that up to $100 would be a $45 shipping. Well, I went over the $100 by $2. Do you know how much the shipping was for $102? $72. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. So I went ahead and ordered what I was looking for a background for the sugary dew that's currently going on that I'm behind on. I wanted to order the background for it, so because I have plenty of colors to do the quilt with. I just didn't have any backing because I keep using all my, not backing, I keep using all my background up. And so I had been out for a little while, and I ended up and ordered I ordered 7 yards of background batik from Jordan Fabrics because I've bought from them before and the shipping was pretty doable. And the yards, it cost me per yard, it was $11.50 a yard. So that wasn't too terribly bad. That's better than $15 a yard. Because I needed the background for more than one quilt. I think it's going to take about 4 yards for the sugary dew one. But then I have something else I'm going to work on that I need that same type of background for, and I think I'll have enough between all of it to do both the quilts with it. And my friend wants me to make her a quilt, you guys. I am so tickled about that. Because, you know, her and Michael we've known each other a really long time. And we started out on IRC is how we met when the internet first started up. And she's been helping me for the last couple of weeks working on the Amazon list, and some of her friends have been buying too, and she's just been a big help, and she's always been a big help. When we went through all that stuff with my first husband when he died, they were there. I mean, she's just been a really good friend. And so I made a comment the other day. I said, you know, I really wish there was something I could do for you guys to show you how much I appreciate you. And you know what she said? Me and Michael want a quilt. So what do you think about that? Nope, not going straight in with the pins. I wait till I get right on top of it and pull it out, or almost on top of it. How's your son and grandson? They are doing really good. They got moved into their new apartment. It's like a little duplex, so I think it's about the size of a tiny house, but it's really great. 2 people have donated new beds to both of them, so they got beds to sleep in, and we've been slowly working on all the things they need, and people have been donating on Amazon, and someone bought yeah, we're moving through the list. I know that Blaze is going to need a jacket for this year because he's outgrown his winter jacket. So I'm thinking about buying him one of those Sherpa hoodies maybe in October or maybe the end of September. Depends on if I see the weather changing in the United States or not. Because he definitely needs a new jacket. I'll be right back. I'm going to press this, but they're doing really good, Patty. So much stuff is... I'm not super fond of sugary dew quilts. I love them. This will be my second one doing it. I participated in the first one. In fact, I have the first one laying out here. I need to come. I want to get it quilted, but doggone it, I can't find a backing that I like for it. The sugary dew is a little bit difficult to participate in, and if you because sometimes the instructions are a little different when you read them because English is not her English is not her mother tongue. Put it that way. All right, you guys, what do you think? Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it as a gift for them. So I'm going to pay somebody to quilt it though. And she wants it to be. They have a queen size bed, but she wants it to hang over the sides more. So it's probably going to be in between a queen and a king size. It came out good, didn't it? So you want to see all the blocks again? I'll re-show all the blocks so far I've got done. That way, in case someone missed out. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to, I don't think they're all the same size, but since I'm going to use sashing, it'll work. So here's the first block. Hey, Joyce, how are you? So here's the first one. This is the second one. These are all from the Stitch It kit from Cotton Cuts. This is the third one. Fourth one. And today's. And I'll show you what I'm going to use for sashing. This will be the sashing. I don't know the fabric line, but I do know I have some yardage of the purple, I think, and I have it in a tote. I'm not sure which tote I put it in, but when I find it, I'll send you a message, Patty, to let you know what fabric line it's from. Because when I was going through my Cotton Cuts thing the other day to see what I had, I was looking for something specific and I was trying to find the name of it, and I realized I bought some of that purple. Okay, so let me show you what I have left as far as the pieces. So I still have big triangles. All right. So this is the yellow of the big one I have left. The black. Oops, sorry. Okay. Then I have sewn several of these together. I still have triangles sewn together as well. But I still have these small ones too. I have to figure out what to do with those. I haven't decided yet. And then I still have, you see how many blocks I've already made. But look, I still have quite a bit left in this Stitch It kit. And this was a medium Stitch It kit, not a large. So I still have quite a bit to work with. So I'm pretty sure. And then there's these leftovers of rectangles. And I have some purple, green, black, and yellow. So there's still enough here to do a couple more, maybe 2 or 3 more blocks. Yeah, I love it too, Patty. When I first ordered it, I wasn't sure if I'd like it or not. But when I started playing with it, I love it. The colors really go together really well. So that's where I am. I still have quite a bit left over to make other blocks. And then I'm trying to use all the pieces, or what Joyce's, I can make pillows to match it. That's right. Because right now, how many blocks did I have? Let me see how many I got right now. 1, 2, 3. I need to make 1 more block to have 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if I make 1 more block, then I can make a small quilt and use sashing. And then I'm almost sure I have enough to do like a border of this color maybe. I need to see which colors I actually bought, and then I'll determine if I put a color border outside of the sashing. Joyce says she's got one and hasn't started yet. Okay, so this is where I'm going to thank you guys for everything you have done for me and my son and grandson. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming to the live tonight. And congratulations to Linda Irish of Irish Cell Lady and Linda Hilbert. You two won the quilts. Thank you so much. And remember to live, laugh, love, dream, and create from all of that. And you guys have a lovely night and weekend, and I'll see you on the next live. Bye, everyone. Y'all run over to Leanna's channel because she's going live. She may have already gone live. I don't know. Okay, let me end this.